Today is a special day for us since for the last couple of months, nearly 8 months, we were completed related to acupuncture, meridians, points, network, Chinglu, right, nexaries, so on, related to the macro acupuncture. Of course, today something we wanted to do the complementary to the acupuncture. What does it mean? The name itself is known as a acupuncture and moxibustion together to be known as a traditional medicine. Chen means is acupuncture, Chio means is the moxibustion. When we wanted to recognize acupuncture in China and then various countries of the eastern countries, then they recognize the Chen Chio, not Chen. That indicating that acupuncture is the treatment given as an external and internal treatment, since we are inserting the needle to the deeper level of the muscular tissues. Whereas there are the certain conditions we utilize in the two ways. Acupuncture should be given to the young pattern of the diseases or the young nature of the diseases or the full nature of the diseases. Who belongs to the excessive fire constitution nature of the diseases can be treatable by activating the needling methods, whereas where the in vacuity, in nature of the diseases or the Zhang nature of the diseases can be treatable by activating by using the moxibustion methods. The moxibustion is the special moxibussion, normal moxibussion, non-moxibussion as well, non-medical moxibussion. These are the three different types of the moxibustion. Normally we try to utilize and do the treatment by using these modalities to the patients. But however, try to understand there is a complementary to the acupuncture. It says the Ni Jing. When acupuncture where it doesn't work, there is the alternate to be known as a moxa therapy, moxi therapy, right? You understand, acupuncture is 50% of the results to be given by the acupuncture. At the same time, 50% of the diseases can be treatable by activating the moxa therapy as well. You understand the diseases can be divided into two segments according to the universal law, it indicating the Zhang diseases and then food diseases, in diseases and yang diseases, exterior diseases and interior diseases, right? External diseases and endogenous diseases, so on. In that particular condition, how we can able to select the points to be treatable for the in nature of the diseases can be treatable by activating the moxibustion. Now what does it mean exactly? What does, moxa? Moxa, we all know there is a Chinese herb. Artemisia vulgaris, at the same time Artemisia iveri. There are the numerous names of the English names as a wormwood. Even we can get this plant in the Himalayan mountains. Generally we will get this kind of the plant where we call as a kothimiri, right? Coriander leaves, how it looks in the same way this also moxibustion looks. At the same time, this having the great medicinal properties. This can be utilized for the eating purpose or drinking purpose. At the same time, this can be used as a external application as well or external usage. But intake to be taken in the form of the liquids or the water. When the China, the people especially in the winter season, normally they use the warm water with the moxibustion. That means the moxa leaves is stored in the water, in warm water, and then they place it for the several hours together. Then they drink morning to night. That itself is the water for them. In fact, that is strengthening to the internal heat and also preparing for the defensing to the external heat as well. Now the people, you just understand, in the winter, summer, autumn, spring seasons are the diseases also partially different from the heat season, isn't it? The damp season and then winter season. The most of the times we try to understand, we utilize the moxibustion therapy to the patients. In the northern China, they do have the habit of keeping this itself as the prevention purpose. At the same time, they will hang these moxa leaves on the outer house region where the Pongal season or the some Shankaratri, the people place it lot of leaves, mango leaves and the different leaves on the outside of the door. In Indian culture, in the similar way, they also use this moxa leaves on the external outside the door. So just they place on that to bring the aromatic essence that is strengthening to our body system. So therefore, you understand this will be really helpful to treat where the acupuncture doesn't work, where the immune system or there is the resistant power is there for them. Sometimes the medicine also affects, sometimes medicines may not affect, but most of the people will affect to the body. When acupuncture doesn't work, for the span of 3 to 5 sittings you are going to give the treatment. At the same time the patient doesn't feel any amount of the relief to him, then you try to understand, please place it one special modality, that modality to be used as a moxibustion. But however, the most of the countries has been recognized this system of the treatment, because World Health Organization also has been recognized this, since this has been started from the ancient time, not from today and not for last few couple of years. But the best medicine, the beyond is the stone age. So that before that the people utilizes this kind of the medicine. But in the prophetic medicine also says in the Luqman, peace be upon him, he also used this kind of the medicine, normally herbs, which is the Unani medicine, Ayurveda medicine, right? And then Sova, Rigpa, Tibetan medicine, Indian medicine, tribal medicines, and then folk medicines and Australian medicines, Malay medicines, Mexico traditional medicines. So many different kinds of the cultures. When you go to the Arunachal Pradesh, you go to the Manipur, you go to the Kohima, you go to the Mizoram. So all the tribal medicines are existing. Those medicines are normally they utilize and uses only this kind of the leaves and herbs having the medicinal properties. But we could not able to recognize. The major, sometimes it has to my mind, the people bring that having the great quality of the essence in that herb, but because of the adulteration of the medicine, adulteration of the drugs and adulteration of all the basic medicine to standard medicine, they will bring down the manufacturing process. They will bring down the processing, how should be utilized that. It says some proper medicinal properties. For example, when I wanted to tell you about take the moxa itself, what we are getting this moxa is the substandard moxa. Sorry to say this. This is not the pure moxa. This is something is the adulterated moxa. Now moxa, how the beautiful properties, the Huang, the Ni Ching and Su Wen says that, but Shipo has given the explanation, this 50% of the diseases can be treatable by moxa, at the same time 50% acupuncture, but sometimes we can't get it the precise results by activating, by using this moxa. Why is it so? There is a mistake with us, there is a mistake with the distributor, there is a mistake with the super stockage, there is a mistake with the manufacturing process people. When there is the good quality of the moxa is there, that herb is there, so definitely that what are the properties ancient people said, that definitely we do have. And even the Ayurveda says is the ashwagandha is the very great medicine for the immune booster. powder, at the same time what we are getting today in the market as the adulterated of the ashwagandha. The cure is required. Because the Indian is the developing country, not the developed country. Due to that reason, everything is possible over here, but we should not be granted everything as it is. But definitely without any adulteration of the medicine having the great properties, because when I wanted to see the moxa, original moxa in China, so that particular time nearly, it expensive, nearly we will get, this is nearly 200 rupees, but I am telling you this is 2000 rupees is the each box in China. When you wanted to get the pure moxa. So that having the great properties, the manufacturing process also really it is very much essential how to do that procedure, because when we wanted to do certain procedures, there are minimum 100 procedures to complete that manufacturing process to reach to the patient. But where we are getting all those procedures? But at least 50, make it at least 25, but we are not using the 10 process, sometimes we will get it into the market. This is called as a spurious drugs, this suspicious drug, something is, which is the unethical or, substandard or the non-benchmark standard drugs. Otherwise, definitely what the traditional medicine says, and definitely that having the great impact on it. So, acupuncture and moxibustion is the Chinese character. You look at this, I used to write on the board always, acupuncture is indicating this is the right side signal, this signal to be indicating, this is the, now you just look at this, this is called as a acupuncture, this is called as a moxibustion, this is Chen, Z-H-E-N, that to be known as a, not Zen, that to be pronounced as a Chen, C-H-E-N, Chen, this is as a J-I-U, Chu, but that to be pronunciation, I should say, Chen Chio, Chen Chio. So that is indicating acupuncture is not the one division, but together is the husband and wife. Acupuncture to be known as a yang, that is husband, and moxibustion. Acupuncture to be known as a wife, at the same time moxibustion to be known as a husband. This acupuncture to be known as a yin, and moxibustion to be known as a yang. This is the Zhang Fu theory, how the universal law says is the Ta Chi Tu, is the symbol is there, yin and yang symbol, that symbol to be collectively known as a, this is husband and wife together. The husband is good, then wife also good, and vice versa. Isn't it? So therefore, together is the very important role to treat for any kind of the diseases. Normally, in our clinical practice also, normally I don't use moxibustion most of the times, but definitely it is recommended to use in the clinic setup. But however, how to be used that if possible, I'll try to show you in the practical, otherwise I will tell you in the orally, but definitely that will be the great environment is required to do the moxibustion. Are you doing in the same centers in the acupuncture and then moxibustion collectively? That's really not good, is the right, not the right place to do the moxa in that particular situation. Where are you doing the needling? Of course, the needling and then acupuncture also to be done precisely at the same time. What are those procedures? Definitely I'll try to share today. It's a very ancient form of the treatment. Of course, we all know that is the ancient form of the treatment. Perhaps the predating acupuncture as far as back as the Stone Age. From the prehistoric times, acupuncture and moxibustion have been practiced together as the complementary forms of the therapy, often on the same patient, hence named as the acupuncture, that is the Chen Chu, the other name to be known as the acu-moxi therapy. In moxibustion, the points used are anatomically the same as for the acupuncture. Remember, this is the key. In moxibustion, the points used as anatomically the same as for the acupuncture, but the therapeutic indications are the same. What different, and there is also some divergence regarding the forbidden points in the two procedures. The umbilicus is the commonly used for the moxibustion, whereas it is absolutely forbidden for the acupuncture. Of course, when we wanted to understand nearly 47 places in our body, 47 acupuncture points, you should not use the moxibustion. because we all know there are the 361 and ultimately 409 acupuncture points are existing according to WHO. All the points can be done the moxibustion except 47 points. However, that also we have the complementary and alternate for that. Definitely when the time permits, I'll try to tell you some of the points where we should not use the moxibustion. The term moxibustion is derived from the Japanese name to be known as a mokusa for the mugwort plant, whose the botanical name is Artemisia vulgaris. The moxa wool is made by the grinding the sun dried the leaves of the plant into the fine wool. The moxas may take the various forms of the balls, cones, cigars and sticks of the different sizes, ranging from that of the cherry seeds to the Cuban cigar. Now, we try to see the various types of the moxibustion. So you look at, this is the cones. This is the cones or the pole. This is called as a smoke moxa. This to be known as a smoke moxa. So this to be known as a smokeless moxa. We try to understand this is a smokeless moxa. Right. So normally people who having that fumigation, it happened to our body. So that time sometimes the people says it's aromatic essence or aromatic smell that doesn't look properly nice to some of the people. In fact, myself I don't like that kind of smell. But however, smokeless moxa is always good when you wanted to use or alternate for the moxibustion. When you try to see, you can see my images, what I am showing you. Yes, you can see over here. So this to be known as a needle warming moxa. This is the needle warming moxa. This to be known as a, we just insert the needle and after inserting the needle, please get me the needles. So you just insert the needle. On the needle, we just place this to the head of the. So when I try to show you about the practical, that also will try to see about the various things. But now this to be known as a moxa stand. This to be known as a single moxa box. Right. So once we ignite this, after igniting we have to put it inside and you can see downwards direction there is the filtration over here and that will be good. That will not fall the ashes under the skin. Just as a homeostatic point, once I insert the needle, 1.5 tune needle. This is 1.5 tune needle insertion, and then I wanted to use this as a warming moxa. I just apply, insert this to the. The 1.5 tune needle has gone depth to my skin. When I wanted to, just I applied on the warming moxa type on the needle. You just ignite this. Yes. Now you just try to see when we wanted to increase the heat in our body, the people who are having the cold constitution of the diseases. Normally they say that when I come to the Bangalore it causes the problem. When I go to the Jammu Kashmir it causes the problem. When I am in the Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi, Calcutta, I am okay. Right? Some people says that. So in the similar way, where the cold nature of the body is indicating the in nature of the diseases. That means the in organs are affected, but young organs are partially weak. In that particular situation, how we wanted to stimulate that internal energy of the warm energy, that we are using the integrated of the Chen, Chu together. Acupuncture and moxibustion together is recommended that particular situation. Definitely we can utilize in this way. But the most number of the points can be treatable as a warm needling moxa as well. Now you try to see, partially it is getting the heat internally. When I just inserted the needle, you remember it is a very important key. Sometimes acupuncture having the effect of the positive effect, at the same time is the positive feedback mechanism, at the same time is the negative feedback mechanism. The same acupuncture point to be treatable to bring down the heat in our body, because this is the cooling effect to be taken place. This is the Ha-C point. At the same time, this is the earth point, but this having the ability to promote the energy downwards direction to the colon from the stomach. At the same time, this having the properties to cool down our blood system. When at the same time, if we wanted to increase the blood heat, so that particular time we are using the same point. How the acupuncture will work for the dysentery, at the same time is the constipation. Both the conditions can be treatable using the same point. In the similar way, we are using the Chu-Chi Li11 point to be treatable for the homeostasis, tonification, immune boosting, at the same time bring down the cooling effect of our blood, at the same time bring up the effect of the excessive heat inside the blood. That also essential to regulate the overall health, to bring the defensive mechanism in our body to protect the illness, and also it enhances the immunity as well. We say that the people says, because now you see that will get slightly ashes. The beauty of this moxibustion, not only using the herbs. Remember, I am giving you as the key information to all of you, because each and every part of the moxa will be useful to our body. You remember there is one plant. The plant can be used as a root also, the stem also, bark also, fruit also, leaves also. Isn't it? So in the similar way, this plant also can be used for the various conditions. Now is the most important, this to be used for the ashes to be used for the cosmetic purpose. When the beauty salons are there, so that particular time you take this and keep it all the essence of this ashes, definitely a katta banalo, then you can just go and take and give it to the beauty salons. They use us for the facial purpose, they use us for the bleach purpose, they use us for the beauty purpose. Ashes also not waste, because you wanted to earn money with the doing the moxibustion. At the same time, definitely the waste material also benefited to the patients. At the same time, for the beauty purpose or the cosmetic purpose, that is the beauty of the ashes. Of course, don't waste whenever you do the moxibustion. Para-professionals, we understand about the qualified doctors as a para-professionals wanted to use this. Definitely, they also can make the setup of the moxibustion centers, moxibussion clinics, and moxibussion, various health centers. You can do that for the prevention. At the same time, how the people are using as a herbs, some of the medication and supplement for the prevention purpose. In the similar way, this also recommended to open the centers is the moxibustion centers. Moxibussion clinics can be open. The people who completed the acupuncture course, so that particular time is the ability to open the acupuncture therapy centers, or you can use that moxibustion therapy centers as well. Bring this awareness. It's not that promoting to the Chinese medicine promoting to the traditional Chinese medicine, because whichever it's good, acupuncture is indicating that I think I'm feeling the heat in my needles, that indicating the excessive heat is passing to the colon, heat is passing to my blood system, heat is passing to my elbow and shoulder and hand region. The people who are suffering for any kind of the cervical brachial syndromes or the shoulder brachial issues or the brachial plexus or the elbow related tennis elbow conditions or the hand pain, hemiplegia, paraplegia condition also can be recommended to use this kind of the novel method to treat this kind of the diseases, isn't it? So let it be. This osseous ones will fall, and please you just take care. You just take some kind of this pan and then put it in there. Like this causing the problem, isn't it? So always you place it in this way. That will be really helpful to if there is falling down, that indicating that's falling inside the downward direction. For fingers, you can give the direct, indirect moxibustion, but not this kind of the moxibustion, because that also known as a thread moxa. Thread moxa or the jansibuction. So thread moxa is a very small micro moxa to be burned, that to be known as a cauterization, that to be known as a jansibution. Right, jansibution is different from the moxibustion. Direct moxibustion and jansibution is the similar words, but indirect, this and all is the indirect moxibustion, not the direct moxibustion, because I am using on the needle, but I am not using the direct moxibustion. When we wanted to use as a direct moxibussion, even in the certain religious as well, but it's not permitted to use the direct moxibustion to the skin, because we should not burn the skin. The burning the skin is not recommended in the religious wise, at the same time is the medical wise. But however, in the ancient time, you remember that the people who get bedwetting or some other issues, so that particular time they will just put the chutke dalte the, chutke lagate the, something the ancient people, right? So that is in fact is practically not recommended. But however, we can now you can withdraw this. Now how to withdraw this? See, you just see, now I am withdrawing the needle. This is the cut spoon. In fact, this is the cut spoon. Just I am taking the needle, I am taking the moxa, not the needle, I am taking the moxa. Moxa has come out from the cut spoon. Now I am placing in the pan. Right. This is the method, because when always you keep it this cut spoon with you. This is the also nature's spoon, the wood spoon. Either you can use the steel spoon, cut spoon, otherwise you can use the wood spoon also. This is the fork, but however this to be used as a spoon for the moxa taking out, isn't it? So now I just withdraw the needle. I think maximum heat is there. You can feel the heat here. You can touch to the needle, you can feel it. Needle is hot? Yes. So now slowly withdraw this. Press the skin and then withdraw the needle. Good. In fact, the 1.5 tune depth has gone, and also I inserted the moxa. Really by heart I am telling you, I never felt the pain. Honestly I am telling you.